Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. And yes, this is indeed the second video in a row. But anyways, it's a new update, so I'm gonna cover as much as I can. So, today we'll be taking a look at a new Chinese top dog, the ZTZ-99A. So as per usual, we'll be taking a look at this tank in the order of history, performance, weaponry, playstyle, and the summary. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video. So to start off this video, we'll take a look at its history. The ZTZ-99A's design phase began in the late 80s and early 90s, with the first batch of the ZTZ-99 entering service with the People's Liberation Army in 2001, and followed by the ZTZ-99A in 2011. So that makes the ZTZ-99A one of the most modern MBTs in the game. The goal of the ZTZ-99 or the Type 99 series of tanks is to replace and modernize China's aging fleet of ZTZ-96, 97, and 98 series of tanks, as well as the ZTZ-99 Phase 1 to Phase 3 series of tanks. As of 2022, the only operator of the ZTZ-99A is the People's Liberation Army. So, onto its performance. The ZTZ-99A may bear the same name as the older tanks, but fundamentally, they are completely different. Well, the first thing that comes to mind would be the general shape, with the ZTZ-99A being bigger and bulkier. While that is true, most of that mass is from the amount of ERA that is mounted onto the tank, but that's not all. The ZTZ-99A also received a brand new engine, going from the old 1061 horsepower engine to a 1500 horsepower engine, which also made the rear of the tank more square and large compared to the older models. With the new engine, the ZTZ-99A is able to achieve a top speed of 75 km per hour on a paved road. But again, with every vehicle that I covered, that is usually not the case. Realistically, you'll be going around 40 to 50 km per hour. But that aside, the ZTZ-99A has gotten something no Russian or Chinese MBT has. You guessed it right, an actual reverse gear. Now you can finally get yourself out of a bad situation with your negative 34 km per hour reverse speed, subsequently increasing your survivability as well. Oh yeah, it also comes with neutral traverse. Now with that out of the way, how's its armor? The base armor of the ZTZ-99A is not all that impressive, especially if you compare them to the Russian MBTs, but the new ERA received, the YF4, which you could say is a Chinese equivalent of the Contact 5, made it so that the tank is just that much harder to kill. But in the end, I still take a Russian MBT over it. I'm not sure why, but maybe it's just because I'm more used to the Russian MBTs. Now let's take a look at the weaponry. The ZTZ-99A is armed with a coaxial 5.8mm QJT machine gun, a 12.7mm QJC-88A heavy machine gun on the roof, and the 125mm Type 99A smoothbore gun, which at this point is pretty much a domestically made Chinese gun, as only the first iteration of the gun found on the ZTZ-96 was a direct copy of the Russian 2A46 series of guns. The ammunition it can fire are the DTP-125 heat shell, DTB-125 high explosive fragmentation shell, 125i APFSDS, DTC-10-125 APFSDS, GP-125 heat tandem warhead ATGM, and the DTB-12-125 high explosive with variable timed fuse, which is pretty standard for a Chinese MBT. But before I move on, I just want to mention that around the first dev server, another classified document, this time on the DTC-10-125 APFSDS shell, was leaked on the warthunder forums. Yep, you heard it right, another one. How many does this make now? 3? 5? I honestly don't remember, but with the introduction of the ZTZ-99A, the DTC-10-125 has become China's top APFSDS round. Now with his weaponry summarized, how should you play this creation of Eastern and Western technology? Well, the answer for that is simple. Just play as a frontline tank. You have enough armor to protect yourself from even the DM-53, although only in certain areas. You also have a laser warning receiver to give you a heads up on ATGM and potential enemy threats, and a good reverse gear to get you out of trouble. I don't see what else you need to make this tank viable on the front lines, so go ham and do whatever your heart desires. So now, it's time for the summary. How is this tank, and should you get it? And to that, I'll have a simple answer. Yes. First of all, the tank itself is very reliable and easy to use, and on top of that, it looks pretty damn cool. And on whether you should get it or not, you should absolutely get it. One reason being what I just stated, and the other reason being that it's the only top tier Chinese MBT you can get. You don't have a choice, but in the end, the decision is yours. What do you think of the ZTZ-99A? Would you get this tank? Let me know in the comments below. Also feel free to tell me what your favorite MBT of all time is. I sincerely hope that y'all enjoyed this video and found it useful. Also, do feel free to subscribe and leave a like to keep up with my future videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.